Hello. Gardens, old trunks. Are they distractions? Nah. Hmm? Welcome to Chinwag number 14, I believe it is. Now, today's Monday. It's the day of the solar eclipse. And of course, it is a day about change. It's a day about renewing purpose. And it might interest you to know that a dear friend of mine, Catherine Grant, sent me a poem that she wrote based on a short story she initially wrote about a trunk containing a faded photograph that she recognized, which renews her purpose. The poem is called Fields or Forever. This is how it goes. The trunk, dusty and battered, lying alone in the attic, a wooden box, a chest of yesteryear, a history now static. How many lifetimes lived as experience in transit, a voyager set forth once, now time's illusions enhance it. How many thoughts of unfulfilled dreams lie at the foot of the box? Generations, expectations in the mind are locked. Half a life spent searching the goal they must remember. But now the calendar of life already shows December. A label on the side gives clues of Catalan connections. I wonder who and where and why, their subsequent direction. A purpose or a squandered life, the evidence lies here. Decipher all the writing, their destiny is clear. I see a faded photograph. A woman smiles demurely. Her eyes I seem to recognize, but that cannot be surely. I put it down, but something niggles deep into my soul. Strange and yet familiar, we somehow share a goal. A voice that whispers softly. I strain to hear the words. Their meaning translates instantly. Say, this way is absurd. I stop and think. Again, the silence filters through the space, provoking questions in my mind. What way the human race? A question asked so many times, and then it sounds again. But silence is the answer from these so vocal men. For we have squandered many chances, failed to see the signs that keep humanity on track, to read between the lines. The dust is dancing on the beams of sunlight in the room, creating scenes out of the past resembling a tomb. The particles keep moving, afraid to cease their motion, carried by the draughty breath of nature's whim and notion. Who was the lady in emulsion captured by the light? Hauntingly, familiarly, perhaps the one with sight, so long ago, intrepidly exploring pathways seen, searching for the answers whose questions lived in dream. Knowing that the race was lost and would not find the way, she scanned the time and space of life for where the route plan lay. Once found, she wrote for all to see the changes that were needed, leaving for a future date a destiny now seeded. Until a time when she'd return, pick up from last known place a purpose true with all the clues and recognize her face. Returning to the old worn trunk in faded royal blue, the labels of the treasured places left behind the clues. Barcelona stared at her in letters bold and black, Chartres and Zaragoza too across the box now cracked. How far she'd travelled in the past, in days now lost in time. The lady in the photograph provided her with signs that she could recognize, as though looking in the glass for she, like I, the voyager, built futures from the past. So now returned, she takes the clues and starts to live again, this time to offer different routes to free the soul of men. Now, that poem is not as much of a distraction as you might think it is, because in my garden shed are all my old equity papers from when I was involved in equity politics all those years ago. And I realised how naive I'd been and how silly I was not to recognise about what infiltration is by the left, what distortion is, what tricks of Zelensky and the others they use constantly, simply to keep us ignorant of the bubble that they're in, and their only intention is to cling on to power at our expense. So please support my candidacy for the President of Equity. All you have to do is send me an email with your equity number, membership number, confirming my candidacy. Then, when all the candidates are declared and their statements are published by Equity, you can choose who to vote for. So, I hope you'll get on with it. Not say you will and forget about it, as I'm prone to do, I'm afraid, sometimes. Not anymore. I'm trying to be radical with myself, because till you change yourself, you cannot change anything else. Be the change you want to be, said Mahatma Gandhi. And gosh, I do agree. Thank you for listening. Bye.